RuneScape is a big game, like really big. Over 200 million accounts big. With numbers like that, there's bound to be people who want a piece of that nice check being sent to Jagex every month. Some create private servers, while others, they kinda do their own thing. In today's video, we're going to explore the weird world of RuneScape knockoffs. Some, to be honest, don't even seem half bad. Now, this video isn't going to include fan recreations of RuneScape like MoliorRS or PokeScape, especially because I plan on devoting entire videos to those later on, and they're not really even knockoffs in the first place. Now, we're going to begin this video on one of my old favorite websites, Eclipse Origins. Eclipse is a free-to-use MMORPG creation engine that was fairly popular in the mid to late 2000s and early 2010s. The engine itself, as far as I can tell, isn't used much, if at all, anymore because it was coded in Visual Basic 6, a programming language that Microsoft abandoned in, get this, 1998. And Microsoft officially ended support for it in 2005. Young me really wanted to make an MMO so bad that he shelled out $200 for a copy of it on eBay, and never really got that far with it, but that's besides the point. Eclipse is filled with lots of RuneScape clones. Most of them have since been deleted or never made it past concepts, but there's a few I could find. There's a couple loosely inspired by RuneScape like Orake, which is actually available on Steam surprisingly, but the reviews, they're okay. Moving on, here's really the only RuneScape clone I could find, and oh my god, it isn't just loosely inspired by RuneScape, it just is RuneScape. In this screenshot, you can see the area is called Lumsea Island. If that hasn't convinced you, the player is wearing full dragon and a rune square shield. And if that's not enough, just look at the inventory. This actually really piqued my interest, so I wanted to find out more about it. The best I could really do is a couple YouTube videos that are, well, not the best quality. Regardless, in these videos we can see beautiful landscapes like PvP Island and Town? I know it sounds like I'm ripping on this game a lot, but younger me would have really gone crazy over this type of thing, especially because it was made in basically what was my favorite engine at the time. I kind of wish it was still up, but oh well. Let's just dig through some of the other games. So here I am browsing through Zybez, and I come across this image of RuneScape 3, and I see this little blue monster, and I'm like, what pet even is that? Why would Jagex add this? But I scroll down a little bit more, and I notice this is not RuneScape 3, and it's actually a game called Lavin. So I go to the Steam page, and I'm like, I guess it doesn't look that much like RuneScape. But then I check the reviews and search the word RuneScape, and wow. Out of the 1,000 or so reviews, the word RuneScape comes up 380 times. 380! So let's see what are the similarities. Well, first of all, the game has party hats, or excuse me, paper hats. It's a browser-based Java game, point-to-click controls, trainable skills like mining, fishing, farming, forestry, and crystal cutting. Anyway, you get the point. About 1/3 of the players of this game consider it a RuneScape clone, or RuneScape mixed with WoW and so on. I haven't actually played the game for myself, so I have no clue how true it is, but when 300 plus people say it is, I'd probably trust them.
Sort of heard that it was similar in some respects to RuneScape 2, and from my early findings, I would have to agree with that.
Next, we have Medieval Magic. I don't think this game ever got released, but I figured I'd talk about it because it actually looks pretty charming. And well, in the post on the Unity forums, RuneScape comes before the actual title of the game. Just looking at the design of the characters, you can definitely see where the RS inspiration comes from. It also looks like you can train mining, woodcutting, and fishing. The game got abandoned back in 2014, which is kind of a shame because it looks like it had some serious potential. Before we get to the final one, we have a bit of a unique clone. This one was actually hosted by Tip.it, which for those of you who don't know, was one of the most popular RuneScape fan sites back in the day. RuneScape was a text-based MMO that was based off of RuneScape. I couldn't find any videos of it, however I did find the old homepage. It seems about a year ago the game was still up and running, but since then the website has been broken. This one is interesting, especially because it was advertised on the Tip.it homepage and appeared to have been made by the same people. Last but not least, we have Thornefall, and this is probably the biggest clone on this list. Just looking at this video, it literally looks like you're in RuneScape, except with some wonky animations and a different UI. I mean, just look at these graphics. It literally looks like the assets were ripped straight from RuneScape. The guy who posted it on Zybez says that the assets weren't actually ripped, but I don't know. The game had the same simple combat system with red hit splats, yellow text above players' heads, similar style of minimap design, and all of the buttons just look like reskinned RuneScape buttons. So like a couple others on this list, this game never came out. I almost wish it did so we could have gotten a closer look at it, and maybe how Jagex would have responded should it have gained any popularity. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our journey through this weird world of RuneScape clones. If you did, drop a like and let me know in the comments if you ever played any of these or anything like them. Regardless, I will see you in the next one.